So dive in and make the Fox Weather app your very own. Fox Weather, precise, personal, powerful.
This is Vanessa O'Brien. She is no joke. She's the first woman on Earth to reach its highest point and its lowest. That's a world record. She scaled Everest and K2, the first American woman to do so. She's been to the North and South Poles. She also throws a lovely barbecue. Have you ever been invited to a party and gotten the feeling you're being set up?
So much of climbing or mountaineering is hiking. Almost 80 or 90% of it is just hiking. You're outdoors, you're going one step at a time. It's not about speed, it's just an endurance activity. It doesn't even have to be a big mountain. We could be like where we'll be tomorrow.
So I guess we're going on a hike. And not that I need convincing, but she's brought her friend Roger, a neurosurgeon, to help persuade me.
So what inspired me to go on these journeys with all these people that we've been on is in my own life, I have an autistic child. And over the years, since we've gone past diagnosis, I've noticed that my child really flourishes when we're outside. Anytime that we are hiking or they're in the water, it's as if they can tap into their true self. And the noise is reduced and they're able to really go to another level of connection. How do you think being outside really helps us connect with our brain?
The stimulation of multiple, areas in your brain that are usually not being touched. That's something that that's impossible to experience if you're not where you are, when you're not doing it. And that goes deep into your brain and it calms down your brain waves, it calms down your anxiety. And that's really the secret to relaxation, and I think at the end of the day, peace and happiness.
Peace and happiness. Hard to turn that down. But we better call in the big guns.
So where are we?
So we are in Hudson State Park. We'll see some amazing sights just really entrenched in nature as we keep hiking.
So what's the goal? What's our...
So we'll go up a little bit. We'll try to get to a vista where we can see a view, maybe something like the Hudson River, Bannerman's Island, something like that.
What does hiking and climbing provide to your body?
To be able to get out in nature, to be able to be at one with nature and hike and see things, take breaths of fresh air, listen to trains.
When we're stressed, we clamp down on our blood vessels, and that's what elevates blood pressure and puts us at risk. So when you're outside, you're enjoying nature, you're going on a hike, you're gonna what we call vasodilate. So that basically means we increase the size of the blood vessels. That's a good thing to do. We reduce the pressure on our blood vessels, and that reduces our overall blood pressure. That's what we see being outside.
That's the one we want. We didn't pass it though, that's good.
Okay.
But this has been our trail.
That's cool.
We just want to get to the top of this guy and then we'll come back down and out.
Neat. I love maps.
I know this.
Most meteorologists love maps of any type, whether it's a topography map or anything.
Your environment plays a big role. If you're in a stressful work environment, or for me in an ER setting, there is a lot of noise, there's a lot of sounds, and your body is releasing adrenaline and cortisol, and that's what you need in those environments. But when you're outside in nature, it's the opposite. So you're releasing those feel-good hormones. That's why you feel good. The dopamine, the serotonin. It's like when you go for a run, that runner's high.
You're at peace with your environment wherever you are climbing.
So when you do the rock climbing,
You'll feel, you know, the great sense of going uphill and having a view of the Hudson River and, you know, seeing the islands and seeing West Point or other points of interest and feeling that you have a sense of achievement of just having reached there, and you'll also appreciate everything that you've seen as you pass those points of interest and feel a connection with those things. Just to come up over this rock and look to your left, and you're going to see a little island. Ah, there it is.
Oh, wow.
That's
That's
Bannerman's
amazing.
Island, and you see the castle right in the front.
It's almost like a forgotten castle. I mean, part of it's in the water?
Been blown up with a whole bunch of ammunition that was stored there over time.
Wow.
But for good luck, we're going to stop here, and we're all going to touch this tree.
Okay.
So everybody get a nice handhold. Passang, come on over. This is the arrival tree for the top of Sugarloaf Mountain.
Bannerman's Castle sits on Polypel Island at the so-called northern gate of the Hudson Highlands, which made it a strategic location in early American history.
Different stories about what set the ammunition off, but when it went off, eventually the whole thing blew up, and all we have left is just that one side that has the side of the castle, and now all you can see is just the frame. The whole inside is gone.
Wow.
At one time, the owner was an arms dealer, and in 1920, a cache exploded, leaving the shell that exists today.
Abandoned castle. Very cool.
Great story.